cameras were on.
Oh dear God, this show might change pace in a hurry.
Nope.
Have you ever seen the movie Sliver?
Cameras were not on.
Why do you ruin everything? You need to be videotaping 24 hours a day. All right, T-Brad Hudson, thank you for coming. T-Brad.
Yes, Steve.
Brad or T-Brad? Because I do both.
They know me, call me Brad. A lot of people that do know me call me T-Brad. I answer to both. I don't care.
I like Brad.
One less syllable.
One less syllable.
Yeah,
Let's do that. So you run Drink Till We're Funny.
I do.
Okay. I only know Drink Till We're Funny because you run an open mic at High Tops in Timonium, which is how I originally met you back, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes.
It's been a minute. So how long have you been doing that?
We just passed in June year 7.
Okay. Solid.
Yeah, so 7 years and some change now.
Okay. You took a little hiatus recently from it, and you had some other comedy dudes run it. Tell me about that.
I did. I tried to leave just because I was. I love the show. I just got tired of the day and like the week in, week out. Showing up, running the show, loading the PA. I never call it hard work, but it's work. And like dealing with different comedian personalities via email on a pretty regular basis sometimes gets to me, and I just was really ready to call it quits. And I spoke with Phil Von Eiff to have him kind of take over for me. And he was all pumped to do so. And then some things happened with him. And then he had another baby on the way. And it just became kind of inconvenient for him. And then the show was starting to decline in attendance. And so I just brought it back under my control. And
what do you think happened when he added it, that the crowds weren't showing up?
I don't know. We were getting a little thin towards the end of what my run was at the time. And I didn't know what to attribute it to. Maybe the show was just old. We weren't getting like the real heavy signups we used to get. And the crowd wasn't really there. And there were a couple nights when Phil booked it, he had like one comic there. And I'm not putting anything on Phil. He tried to do what he could do, but he just really had too much going on. But now for, whatever reason, I'm happy. It's made a huge comeback. It's kind of rejuvenated me a little bit, and I'm kind of back into it again.
Good.
And I'm probably going to stick around until I decide I want to quit again.
Good. You have a huge event coming up.
I do.
30 comics, 1 cup.
Yes.
Explain it to us, please.
I'm trying to think of the word I invented for it. It's a contest.
What's that music?
What music?
I still hear it. Is it on my computer? I do hear. Don't you hear it?
I hear a little something. There we got it.
All right.
Nailed
cool.
it.
Good job, Michael.
But I invented a word for it. It's called a contestition. Contestition.
Competition?
Yeah, it's a dumbass word. It's basically, I don't like comedy competitions because most of the time, like 90% of the time, comedy competitions are horrible.
Yeah.
They're skewed by people that bring people versus, bad judges, if there are any judges at all, or you get a booker judging it.
Yeah. That
happens
all of the time.
Yeah, somebody that's never done comedy judging it, and it just, contests just seem to always end up going badly. And so it's kind of like I've had people ask me, well, did you never win a contest so you're bitter? No, it has nothing to do with it. I don't enter contests.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like my middle finger to comedy contests. So we have like you were a judge previously.
Yeah, I was. I did have a good time though.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I was judging them on their talent. I was judging them on like creativity and entertainment and like pizzazz and energy. It was like, I wasn't even judging them on like joke writing. I was judging them on how well-rounded they were as whatever character they chose to be.
Well, yeah, and that was the idea behind it. That's why I tell them all up front, hey, you don't come here if you don't want to get butthurt because we're going to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
And come here.
Which is why I've never been in it.
Yeah. But no, and I'm also like, I'm like, and you can take shots at us. We're fair game just as much as you're fair game.
Yeah, but I felt that one guy did take shots at me and I was like, I hate you, die. I legit was like, shut up.
So it's just a night for all the comics to cut loose and just come up with the craziest shit you might have always wanted to stage but never had the balls to or the opportunity to do. So we want people to be able to come there and do it. And we, like I said, we had like the American Idol style like judging table.
Yeah.
And we were shooting confetti poppers at people and
silly string.
Yeah, silly string and vuvuzelas. We're just blasting people on stage. Air horns.
You have those. What are those things where you speak through them?
Oh, the megaphone.
Yeah.
That reminds me. I gotta get my megaphone back.
Megaphones. Yeah. When is it? It's October 26th.
Yeah, it's Sunday night, October 26th. If anybody listening still wants to get involved, I've kind of beat it up around Facebook. The cutoff is kind of like the end of this week.
Okay.
By Friday. Let's say Friday.
Where do
right
they
now.
go to contact you?
Booking@tbradhudson.com.
Booking@tbradhudson.com. And who are your current judges?
Well, you're tentative.
I am tentative.
You said you couldn't confirm yet. Tommy Sambazo, Brian Preston, and myself.
Good old B-Rye.
If you are coming, then I'm going to host.
Okay.
I'm
if
gonna
I'm
jump-
not coming, then who's hosting?
I might see if Tyler Dark will host, but Tyler has something planned, and I kind of want him to do it. So I'll.
Right. I will give you confirmation by tomorrow. I will definitely make sure my schedule, because my schedule sucks so bad.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
Sort of understand.
I mean, it's bad.
3 a.m. thing.
It's
I can
bad.
imagine
yeah.
it in my head.
If I don't have
That's a Sunday night too. That's
right, if I
yeah.
don't have a 3 a.m. wake up call Monday morning, then we can discuss that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Tyler Dark. I just saw him recently. He's a good kid. He does good things,
He's a handsome young man, handsome devil.
and he's a very polite, nice dude. And you can tell he actually works on his writing. The last time I saw him, I was thoroughly entertained, very energetic.
Yeah.
I even told him that I was like, "You are doing really well. I like you."
Yeah, he's hosting our show at the Avalon in Easton. We can talk about that later if you want.
We can talk about it right now.
Oh yeah, well
This is your hour. This is your power hour.
sweet. But real quick, back to 30 Comics 1 Cup though. So if we turn it around, then I will play host, which I might be looking a little bit forward to. I'd like to kind of host and
Yeah.
be at the helm of the thing while you guys release. And
Okay.
so that might be happening if you can't make it. So don't sweat it if you can't. Not that you would, but-
I just need to confirm a little something with my person, and then I will see.
And
By
there's-
person, I mean Mike Anderson at 90 Rock. I will definitely make sure that I make it. So hopefully we can do that.
I don't know this well. I don't. Maybe he's listening. I don't know. But I also have as possibly on tap to host in case I decide to fill your spot judging. Perhaps Tom Myers
Hosting.
hosting. Yes.
So I kind of think I will see that. Is that bad?
Well, I don't know. Well, I just think he has a good MC quality to himself.
Oh, he sure does.
Yes.
He sure does. He's got a good quality.
Yeah. There's a quality.
Yeah, well, now what? Now I'm useless. I'm not that cool. I'm not Tom Myers cool. Jeez.
But see, you're cool. You're judge cool. I
I'm
mean,
definitely not hosting Tom Myers cool.
No, but you
That's
could.
like a
I mean,
whole
you could
level of
certainly
cool.
host, but that's more responsibility I think you wanted. I think you'd rather sit there and just make fun of people on it.
Yeah, I'd
I'm
rather
with you.
just sit down and have cocktails and dreams.
Yeah, cocktails and dreams.
Yeah. Red. Oh, wait. Black and pink. Blue and pink neon. Blink, blink, blinkety blink, right? Okay, cool. What are the biggest shows you've ever had at Drink to a Funny?
Oh,
I've
it's
been
always
to some epic shows there.
It's always my holiday shows because it's just been it's usually the Labor Day, the Memorial Day, the Toys for Tots shows. It's so hard to pick one because and honestly, a lot of them are very similar because a lot of the same headliners who I don't know why they're so nice to me. They come out and they'll do those big shows for me for nothing. Just they'll donate their time.
Well, because it's for charity, and B, I mean, those rooms are packed during those
Well, yeah, and I
holiday
think
shows.
that's it. It's a fun room, and they're
Yeah.
really packed, and it's a good room. It's
What
almost
comedian doesn't want to destroy a room full of people?
right. So maybe it has nothing to do with me. So maybe take that off.
No, they do. It's a combination for sure.
Yeah, but it's always like like Mickey Justin used to anchor some of them, and it would be like the whole crew like Jay Zek, Tommy Sambazo, Mike Finazzo. I mean,
Yeah.
just all like you've done many of them, the holiday shows.
I remember specifically going to a show there that was insane, and it
Yeah.
was Justin Schlegel and Larry Poon.
That was my birthday show
And-
2 years ago.
It was way longer than 2 years ago.
Was it 3 years ago? Maybe.
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
It was at least minimum 3 years ago. I'm thinking maybe 4.
Yeah. Last year, everyone I knew forgot I was alive, so that doesn't count.
I legit I couldn't believe it. There was so much stuff going on. It was so entertaining.
Yeah. That was my birthday
Matt
show.
Betts was there. It was just so big and crazy.
That was John Muma as
John
Jim
Muma was there.
Marsdale.
Yeah.
Larry Poon and Justin. That was a ton of fun.
I think Justin did the Aristocrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be.
It was a while ago. I'm thinking maybe at least 4
We're
years
talking 2 different shows, I think.
I think we are too.
Yeah, because Marsdale and Poon and
Larry
Schlegel.
Poon did the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I'm so upset he retired. Drew Landry was just on your show last week.
Mm-hmm.
I have video of that show, and Drew has been asking me for video of that show for 3 years, and I keep forgetting to upload it somewhere where he can watch it. And I have to do it because it's good for everybody because it's so damn funny.
Yeah, I remember watching video of that. One that I went to.
I was so upset when Larry retired.
Why did he retire?
He got married and lost a whole bunch of weight, and he's like running, like doing that. What do you call that? The
CrossFit?
No, the thing where you run like a maniac through mud and it's like an
Tough Mudder?
Yeah, something like that. He does those now.
Yeah. Yeah, F that.
Yeah, so he said he kind of lost the Larry Poon bug.
Yeah, but even still, I mean, I feel like even if you're thin and good looking, you work out, you don't lose your funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look at Justin Schlegel. He does CrossFit and he's like super tight like a tiger right now, and he's still hilarious.
Yeah. No, but Larry's work, his act.
Just that
the
one
big velour
character,
jumpsuit.
right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just so good.
It was so good. It was really, really good. So how do you trust, going back to 30 Comics 1 Cup,
Sure.
when you win a legit trophy
Yes.
and you get to hang on to it for a year.
Yes.
You trust these weirdo comic beings with this trophy and to give it back to you in a year. You're putting a lot of trust in humanity.
Well, it's true. And our first winner, the young Miss Kim Ambrose, I will say this, and I will happily say it publicly, and I will also take whatever shit they want to give me. But like Matt Casella won it last year as Pizza Wizard.
I know, I was there.
And Kim won it as, I forget, Lumberjack, something, I can't remember.
Yeah, she killed that fucking...
It was really funny.
So good.
But those two took the trophies home and just put it in the corner of their living room, and they didn't have any fun with it.
Yeah.
Now,
well, actually, I have photos that I'm tagged in,
yeah.
even though I was not in them, of Matt taking it to the restroom.
That's just one
hanging
photo.
his socks on it.
Oh, I never saw that one.
Oh, yeah. It was multiple photos I got tagged in.
Then I take him off that list because I haven't seen any of those.
I
He
was
didn't
tagged
tag
in
me.
multiple photos. I'm like, why am I tagged in a photo of a trophy with a sock hanging on it?
Well, I wanted to make it like the Stanley Cup, and that's why it's so big and obnoxious. And like when I first made it, like I glued a piece of rubber dog shit on the center tier.
Yeah.
I put a black light over the rubber dog shit. I glued a Dane Cook CD to like the top tier. There was a Barbie and Ken doll like doing each other doggy style, like on the bottom tier, like glued to the trophy, and just madness all over.
Madness.
And I told everybody when they got it, like, this is the Stanley Cup. Take it places with you. Like, be proud. And I realize
Right.
it's stupid. It's just a dumb. It's Drink Tour Funny's trophy. Who cares?
Yeah, but still, they earned it.
I would have a ball with that thing. I would take it, to the aquarium. I'd take it to Hooters with me.
I would sit at a table at a restaurant with it and
Right.
share a noodle of spaghetti.
buy it some beer
Yeah.
and drink the beer.
I would share a noodle of spaghetti with you.
And then the
Trophy.
comic hangs on to it for a year. And like the idea is like when you print it, when you bring it back, you put a piece of you on it.
Yeah.
And like so you add whatever funny
So like
thing
some
you want.
DNA.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
like a
well,
pap smear.
Maybe.
I mean, sure. A dirty tampon.
Never know what that cup might be filled with on the top from
Yeah.
Casella.
I could tell you what I put in that cup.
Yeah. But I've just told people to like kind of make it your own. Come up with whatever piece of just random, crazy, comedy, funny crap you want to glue to it, and glue it to the trophy and bring it back.
Yeah.
And so hopefully, like if we do this for a number more years, I'll just have like this big trophy covered with crap.
It's going to look like the Paper Moon Diner on a trophy,
Yeah.
I think, which will be awesome because that stuff is scary.
Yeah. That's
I'm
that's
waiting
a much
for the
better
day.
reference.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No, I was thinking of the old TGI Fridays when they had all the shit glued to the wall.
Yeah.
But yours is better. I like Paper
Oh,
Moon
you
better.
stop. I can't wait till somebody glues a dildo to your trophy.
Oh, that's a fine idea.
That is a fine idea. Don't use a glass when they're expensive.
Maybe Casella should get one of those make your own dildo kits with his penis and make it a legit Casella penis dildo. And it would actually be his
Mold, yeah, we have those sound bites.
Yeah, his mold.
Like mold is
Yeah.
yeah, but maybe he's embarrassed. Maybe he has like a.
Maybe he doesn't want to spend $40, or maybe he has a small dick.
Maybe he's
What
like.
is the matter with you?
Maybe he's like, we don't really need a mold of my penis.
Yeah, maybe we'll just
Nah."
buy a big one and say it's mine.
Yeah. Hey, this is a mold of my penis. It just happens to come in hot pink neon. You're welcome.
I get it.
Give me your best and worst experiences at the old High Top Centimonium, because that place has become, and I've seen it become a crazy place, and I've seen it become like a shit show every once in a while. There's definitely hit or miss, and you don't know what you're getting into. And the Sonny Fuller thing, I think, stands out big time.
Which one was
With
Sonny?
the female coming up and heckling and being insane, and that was all on video.
Oh, are you talking about the one the show we did after the Super Bowl where he was trying to convert the table of 3 lesbians?
No.
Oh, the
this
one that I have online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't so much the worst. There's much worse than that.
Well, please educate us.
I'd say the worst night there, this might be the reason Mike Stork never does my show anymore. Also because Mike Stork, I just don't think likes me anymore. His friend Mike brought his friend Ray DeVito down from New York, or Ray DeVito was in town, and Mike brought him to the show or whatever. And I happily give out of town comics time whenever they even walk in the door.
Yeah.
To me, it's just courtesy. God forbid I go out of town someday and I want to get on a room somewhere. Maybe that guy gives me a referral. And say,
I never say yes. And if anyone was like, oh, you want to do like 5 minutes? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I feel terrible. I'm like, no, I don't want to go in front of these people that have literally been waiting for this for 2 weeks, and I show up just to support, and I'm like, no way.
I see what you mean.
I'm like, no, no. I can't do it. I can't Seton Smith myself.
Okay.
That guy used to fucking steal time on every mic I did. Every open mic I ever did, he would always come into the room and they would give him like 5-10 minutes.
Before you?
Right before me. And I even told him, I was like, you were my arch nemesis.
Seton.
Yeah. All the time.
But this guy, Ray DeVito shows up, and it was just a particularly loud night. I don't remember if Chauffeur was with me at the time. There used to be a time when Chauffeur would take care of like my whole show. He would set up my PA. He would put signs on the pool table saying it was
that
closed.
back in the day. I do remember that.
Yeah,
He's a helpful guy.
Yeah, very, very helpful. And
Michael loves him.
Truth be told, I miss it.
Promotion. I love promotion.
No, but
we love promotion.
And I'm by no stretch of the means trying to like point a finger at Dave. Somebody forgot to put the close the pool table sign. Probably me, because I don't think Dave was still there at this point. I think Dave was way off doing his own thing at this point.
Right.
So I forgot to close the pool tables. I'll just take the straight blame on myself. And so there was these drunk girls like playing pool at the one table, and they were just being loud as fuck. And Mike and Ray were just sitting on the pool table next to the one they were on. So these girls were like right in their ear being really loud. And that far back in the room, you can't really hear the show very well anyway.
Right.
But Ray apparently leaned over to one of the girls and said, "Hey, would you guys mind just pausing your game while I do my set? It's just a little distracting. I'd really appreciate it." And apparently he just asked very politely.
Yeah.
And the girl, this drunk girl, just like got all, "You gonna tell me what to do, motherfucker? Fuck you. I'm gonna play pool. Fuck you."
Yeah,
and Ray
of course. You can't just be like, "Oh, so sorry. Yeah, I don't mind."
And Ray was just like, "Oh, okay, thanks very much. I appreciate it."
Yeah.
And so we brought Ray up on the mic a couple minutes, and I'm by no means I'm gonna look back and laugh at it because Ray's fine, everybody's fine. But like so Ray got up and he just started doing his act, and like this girl finally was like so to realize that it was him up there on the mic. So she turned around, she's like, "Hey, motherfucker, still playing pool, check me out." She's like rolling balls. Just being
wow.
And I think if I could quote him correctly, Ray said, "Why don't you shut up, bitch, because you're not getting laid tonight. This isn't your family reunion," or something like that.
Oh my God, awesome.
Yeah.
I would have laughed
and
so
she
hard.
immediately got that all,
yeah.
that like posture. And she just starts kind of stumbling like a zombie. Like she was like fucked up.
Ugh.
So she was kind of like meandering up to the stage, and I was right there.
Believe it or not, alcohol did not play a role.
And I can't say that. Well, maybe. But she's like just lurching up to the stage very slowly, and I'm watching her the whole time. And she comes like all the way up to by that front table, and then like a ninja, like she suddenly got her shit together and leapt and ready to be like woo, and just in one swift motion, wham, smacked him like across the side of his face and his hand.
Oh my God.
And sent the mic flying like onto the floor. And I immediately like got up on him, and I had a beer in one hand and this arm was free. I scooped her up like a football. Yeah. Around the waist and just carried her off the stage, like up the steps.
What the
and
fuck?
Mike Stork was up there. Mike grabbed like the other half of her, and like we just took her out back, and we just like took her, like carried her like across the deck and gave her to security.
Wow.
And it turns out like her friend went out there and was like, "Oh, she didn't mean that. She's on prescription medication and she's had too much to drink. She doesn't know what she's doing." And I was
clearly
like,
she's being irresponsible with prescription medication is what she's doing.
And I was like, "Bitch, you're about to be like, pressed with an assault charge because you just hit another human being. Not only like interrupted the show, hit a guy out of town who probably thinks I run the most fucked up open mic on the planet at this point. He has not been back, by the way. Don't blame him.
Yeah, that sucks.
But and like so forever, like I was asking him. This is very selfish of me, but like I was asking him forever. Okay, so I asked him like twice. I asked him, please let me have a copy of that video. He was recording.
And he's like, "Fuck off, dude. I literally got assaulted."
Well, no, the thing was I wanted it because I thought it would go viral. And there's nothing at the time.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, there was nothing on YouTube of a heckling situation like that at all anywhere.
I bet you it would have went viral.
It would. I believe it would have with the comedy community and
he would have
videos.
gotten such exposure.
Well, see, this. I understand why he said no.
Okay.
He didn't want to have it out there because he was trying to get booked in clubs and do his thing, and didn't want to be looked as a troublemaker by bookers.
Yeah, but that's not his fault.
But even though like it was evidence, like it looks kind of like he instigated because they didn't see the part where he asked them to politely not play pool.
Right.
They just saw like the part where he said, "Hey, bitch, it's not your family reunion."
Always put a disclaimer. You know how those people like put up like little white lettering, just like, "Oh, well, he politely asked her to stop playing pool, and then this happened."
I think the way out in his mind was like, this little shit show in Timonium, Maryland is not worth me not getting booked at any real comedy club across the country. So no, you can't have it.
That sucks, dude.
I wish I had. I even waited for 3 years, and I sent him an email again. I was like, hey, is there any chance you still have it? He's like, no, that MacBook got stolen. I don't have it anymore at all. I was like, okay.
You're like, no, it didn't.
I was
it's
so
in a locker somewhere.
He's got it on a DVD
you
somewhere. He
lying
watches
son of a
it.
Bitch. Nothing's ever erased.
No, but he's a really nice guy, and I'm so sad he'd probably never come back to my show at least ever again.
Ugh.
But that was probably the worst night ever. I mean, I've had shit shows of just a lineup full of nothing but garbage guys who can't make a poodle laugh, if that's a thing.
It could be a thing. We're gonna make it a thing.
Making a poodle. Maybe we'll do that.
You can't even make a poodle laugh. You're stupid.
We should just have a poodle on the table at 30 Comics, just sitting there in a kennel.
Can you make this poodle laugh? May the odds be ever in your favor.
Okay, the whole contest is out the window. You automatically win if the dog laughs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the dog's like.
The dog's just like, huh?
Yeah. Like, well, oh, is this French fries, Wendy? So you have a tour. You have a Drink Till We're Funny tour.
Oh, I'm glad I get to talk about this for a minute. Go ahead. Finish your question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it was a statement.
Oh, okay.
So you have a Drink Till We're Funny tour. Here's the question.
Yes.
Tell me all about it. How did it get started? How did you choose the comedians? And what were your adventures during said tour?
Oh, wow. How much time do we have?
We've got a solid 40 minutes.
I'm not really worried about it. No, it was an idea I had a long time ago I wanted to make a show. I literally wanted to have a TV show. I wanted to have a show there's shows about everything on TV you can think of. Swamp loggers, pest control guys.
Yeah. Housewives of Orange County.
Yeah. Stupid cunts of Beverly Hills. I don't know. The Kardashians. There's a show Catching Crabs. I mean, Deadliest Catch, good show. I'm not knocking, but.
Oh, you were talking about Deadliest Catch.
Yeah, Catching Crabs. Yeah, that's the part about where you asked me who
I was like,
that
was an episode where Charlotte had an affair at the beach.
But I thought, if every other occupation in the world has a show, why not have one about working stand-up comics? Guys that are out there trying, not guys that have made it, but guys that are trying to make it. Not last comic standing nonsense.
Right. Not Louis C.K. behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to show and the idea behind my idea behind the show is that if we did Baltimore one season, there's every other city in America has an open mic scene.
Yeah, like Real World.
Yeah, just like that.
True story.
But for stand-up comics.
Yeah.
And you get to know a town of local working stand-up comics, and it's just a fun show. And the show has jokes because there's comedians. So the show's funny.
See, no, that's a good idea. I think it's a good premise.
And so I was trying to figure out who to bring on it, and the decision was kind of hard, but it was actually kind of easy because I wanted to go with the core group of guys that have kind of been with me since the days of Damon's when we started 7 years ago.
Right.
And that was Matt Betts and Jay Zach and Tommy Sambazo and Chris Logan and the rest of the crew that we had on tour. And I wanted to bring also some new blood in.
Right.
So we brought Kim Ambrose in and Stavros Halkias. Stavros ultimately backed out because he had his own thing going on. Didn't fit his schedule.
So tell us about that. It seemed more dramatic from the outside looking in.
Oh, and dare I forget Drew Landry. Oh my God, I can't believe Drew and I are headlining the Avalon Theater on the 7th. We can talk about that again later, but we brought Drew
we'll
along.
Promote the fuck out of you at the end of this show, bud.
Drew has also been with the show since damn near almost the beginning. Drew's been, a lot of people don't know that because he's so young, but he really has.
Yeah, we were here last week, and I said, how long have you been doing stand-up? And he said, 8 years, and I'm going to shit myself.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, first of all, what were you, 7?
Yeah.
When he started? That's weird.
I'm like his other dad. No.
Yeah, he's like a little baby face.
And plus, I got to know his parents so well. It's I'm like his uncle or something.
He had no idea that his parents were so hot until I had to reiterate it to him about 10 times last week.
Right.
And I was like, no, seriously, your dad looks like Dr. Drew.
Yeah, he does look just like Dr. Drew.
Yeah. I'm like, are there married on the rocks? Talk to me.
Talk to me. How's Papa Drew doing? But no, and then I got the idea of the whole thing. It shocked me how many people didn't get it and how much there was some just internet flack about my Drink Till We're Funny comedy tour. It was originally. I
hate to even say this, Brad, but hate is gonna hate, and the play is gonna play.
That's a song, isn't it?
It's the story of my life.
Probably know that.
It's Taylor Swift. She speaks to me.
I think I actually heard that song and I was like, is she really singing Haters Gonna Hate? And that's
you know why? Because she just has to shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it off, shake it off.
That's good. That's words to live by these days. Really
trust me, I know. Haters are everywhere, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter.
Well, nip it in the bud.
Exactly.
Goddamn right. So I punch people in the balls when I see them.
Yeah. I punch him in the taint. We're very close.
Oh, which
with our
that's my
punching.
new thing though. I invented it. I'm taking credit for it. It's called a punch tag.
A punch tag?
Yeah. If anybody in
Not like a
polite
skin
conversation says in polite conversation, not on the phone or on the internet, like when you're sitting down having beers with someone, if any one of your friends say hashtag am I right, you get to hashtag punch him in the face.
Oh, I hashtag in person all the time.
Yeah, so you'd be the victim of the punch
I
tag quite a bit.
legitimately am like, what? Hashtag nailed it. I do it all the time.
So my game and your game go to well fine.
Oh man, I was like, hashtag nailed it. Hashtag you're welcome. Hashtag where's my beer?
It's like if somebody says LOL or OMG like in conversation.
Oh my god, my new thing is oh my god. This guy Joe that I work with at Outback. Apparently he saw it somewhere, but instead of OMG, it's ZOMG, and he's always like, "Oh my god." I can't handle it. As soon as he says it every time, I'm always like, where did that come from?
What the fuck are you talking
He's
about?
like, "Oh my god." I don't know why.
So the thing got to be around, like people thought like I was legitimately like believing I had a world tour happening.
Right.
We were doing like 15, 20 venues in the mid-Atlantic area encompassing Virginia,
Right.
Maryland, DC, and Philadelphia. We had some bigger plans for places further away like Chicago and Boston and a date in New York and a date down south, but the tour like quickly ran out of money.
Yeah.
But the whole Drink to We're Funny world tour thing was tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Meaning like the local, like it was just like trying to make it bigger and funnier by, exaggerating the value of it.
Yeah.
But we had a legit Hollywood director, a guy named Tim Sesniak, who, he has a Hollywood movie to his credit. It was in Cannes Film Festival. He was at the helm of this for us. Great director or cinematographer or whatever. He was handling a lot of the filming for us. Like pretty much our whole budget was like one day of his day rate of work, but he was giving us a really serious deep discount to do the project because he liked the project.
Well, do you have footage? Like, what's going on with that?
We have like 4 terabytes of footage like stored.
I'm sorry, what's a terabyte?
That's like 1,000 gigabytes.
I don't even know what that means.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of shit.
A
One terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes.
Yes.
Yep.
So if you think,
Should I know that? Is that something I should know in my field? That makes me sad.
well, depending on if you have an iPhone or whatever phone you have, it's probably 816 gigs or 32
I have
gigs.
a Droid from the 1990s.
So it's
if you
probably
wanna-
like 8 gigs. Oh wow, you do have an old Droid.
Oh, with the keypad and the slideys.
I had that one. It's a Droid 3.
This is just this is from the this is the very. I think there's a picture of ET as my background. I don't know.
That's your wallpaper.
Yeah,
A finger.
yeah. It doesn't even make
A
noise
finger,
anymore.
people. It's a finger.
It legit is just old. It's so old that people are like, "Ugh, your stupid old Droid phone."
It works, doesn't it?
Not only does it work, every time I drop it and it shatters into pieces, it still comes back.
It works better.
It comes back into this one immaculate piece, and the screen has never broken. My friend Patrick, however, just bought a new iPhone 6. Looks like a tablet. One drop, and it's broken.
Wow. And did he sit on it and bend it into a nice C shape?
No, but I think he's contemplating suicide currently.
I
so.
can imagine because that's well. Anyway, so back to the whole tour thing. We just booked a bunch of dates and we were trying to combine like a day in the life of footage for all of us. Like Tim would come around and we'd go interview each other. Mike Quinlan was part of Mike Quinlan was opening for us for a number of shows. Thanks so much to Mike Quinlan. He's hilarious.
He's a good dude.
He was also doing a lot of the interviews, which I say a lot. I think he ended up doing 1 or 2, but like the one he did with Drew is so fucking funny.
So he interviewed Drew Landry.
Yeah,
and
we
some
went
of
to
the
Drew's
folk-
house, and Mike was just off the cuff talking to Drew and his parents sitting on the couch, and Mike was just having a field day.
I bet.
And we toured Drew's house, and we went and like interviewed.
Did he
Kim
call him a
Ambrose.
millennial? That's his thing. He hates millennials.
Maybe it's been so long, and that's part of like one of your other questions about
Sorry.
what the no. One of your other questions is like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we went to Philly, like one of the best trips on the tour. We went to Philly, and it was Timmy Hall had joined the tour at that point because Matt Betts had to drop out. Matt got some off Broadway or off Broadway. I don't want to insult him by calling it 2 offs. He got like an off Broadway show in New York, and like he was just up there, and him trying to join us at any given point just wasn't financially feasible or time feasible for him.
Right.
So we kept him as an honorary member, and he became kind of like the running background joke of the show and the tour. Was like at the end of like shows, we'd be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Betts,"
Oh.
and he would just never be there.
Oh, like Jimmy Kimmel, Matt Damon.
Yeah, kind of like that a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, we're sorry to Matt Damon. We're out of time.
We're sorry, folks. Matt Betts can't be here tonight.
Oh.
So he became like the honorary, like kind of like butt of the joke, not in a bad way, but in a fun way.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Oh,
And he's really funny. I worked with him at Magoobies before. He's really good.
Yeah, and then like Timmy joined and kind of took Matt's spot. And the first trip to Philly, Like some of the van footage, like that was my idea, was to film like the day in the life, like at people's house and like at their job or whatever, and just show what they do. Like we did a whole thing of Tommy LARPing when we did the LARPing show down in Southern Maryland. We did like the van was wired with lavalier mic and GoPro cams, and the trip from Baltimore to Philly and the rental van with all of us. Like there were intervals of cams and mics, so everything was being recorded on separate channels. So
that's definitely such a real world situation. Like I would want to see every angle of that.
And it was so funny, like Timmy and Tommy going back and forth on black and white shit, and then there's footage of us sitting outside of Gino's eating like cheesesteak after the show at like midnight, like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And we're all like a little bit fucked up because nobody really had to drive.
Yeah.
Well, Chris drove because he was.
I love that you say a little bit. I would be annihilated.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I would be like, I'm trashed.
I don't know why I say.
Can we go to Taco Bell and Gino's?
You can't say me and liquor in the same sentence and be like a little bit. No, it's
liquor,
just
I
I'm
don't
always
even know
annihilated. So, yeah, we were all pretty much lit up. And well, except Tommy's not a big drink. Tommy was anyway. We were all having
he's
fun.
not. No,
yeah, we were all having fun. But it's stuff like that. The idea, like everything I just spoke about, like you put all that into like a the average half-hour TV show with commercials is about 22 minutes long, and to watch like 22 minutes of this each week of just these comics just doing their thing.
Well,
we're not famous. We're not making a ton of money.
Where's the footage now? What's going on?
All sitting on hard drives. Tim is like our whole director, producer. He's in charge of everything.
So it's creative freedom. Like you can't do anything with it until he does something with it.
Well, no. Well, he has it all. It's just his schedule. He went back to school, so he had like your situation. Like he just didn't have time to put into it.
Yeah.
He's been working on it bits and pieces, piecemealing together time and time. And then he's got like another project for Discovery Channel or something that he's working on. So he's just like his time is like your time.
Yeah.
So
which
it's
is
just,
nil. I've
yeah,
known.
it's very, very slowly coming. In the comics, I mean, we all love him. Like, he did such a good job for us. And like the teaser trailer that's online on YouTube is really good. If you watch it, it looks like a professional TV show.
Yeah.
The trailer is really good. And it got us all pumped. We're like, we can't wait to see this. And we don't have anything yet.
Aww.
So, but Tim's feverishly working when he has a moment, and we don't have any promised time for delivery yet. But we have to give to the Kickstarter backers because we promised them certain things.
Right.
So our main priority right now is to get the DVD finished because that was one of the biggest backing things for the Kickstarter people was to send them a live DVD of the show.
Right.
So we have like a tour concert DVD of everybody. So it'll be like 7 comics alive. And what's cool about the DVD is that it's like the Chris Rock special he did a few years ago. Where he was in like a couple different shows.
Yes, but you can see he's verbatim doing the same skit. That one.
Well, kind of like that, but like it's just all of us. We picked our favorite venue. Like the comics got to pick their favorite show on the tour.
All right. Good.
So like Tommy picked the LARPing show. Drew and I picked the Avalon Theater. I think Chris Logan picked Autobar. So the comics just got to pick their favorite and put it on the DVD for like that's their set on the DVD. So
how long is each person's set?
We were doing about anywhere from 20 to 30, depending on how many of us were at each show.
That's long. That's a long time.
Well, the thing was, that many people, not everybody can make every show.
Yeah. Okay. So the rotation was to every.
Yeah. So the rotation would change.
Good, good.
Yeah. And we had.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah, the show would generally average about 2 hours. We try to keep it under 2 hours.
Okay. So what did you guys like alternate like hosting and?
Well, Mike Quinlan was hosting for a number of shows, and then we'd alternate. Kim would open up with like 10 after whoever was hosting did a bit, and then depending on how many of us were there, like Drew or me or Chris or Jay, whoever, 1 or 2 of us would do 15.
Okay.
And then the remaining 4 would do like 20, 25 apiece to just kind of balance it out. So we kept it right around 2 hours.
It's not bad.
I don't know if that math works out, but that's what we try to do.
Sure it does. I've been drinking.
Yeah, we don't want to burn out
math.
the audience, so.
I like math. So we've covered the tour. We've covered Drink Tour Funny. We've covered High Tops. There's the pretty big things. You wrote a book.
Yes.
You wrote a book.
Jack
all
off
access.
of all trades. No.
All access. T. Red Hudson. You have a book.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and like say like, oh, that's something, current events we should be talking. It's 7 years old. But I'm really proud of it.
And it is available on Amazon and Kindle.
It is. Yeah. It's available on Amazon.com.
Should buy that through our link.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, do you get
We do have an Amazon banner on www.wendytownsend.com.
Yeah, and just search All Access T. Brad Hudson. It should pop right up.
Yes, please do.
And I think it's $9.99 for Kindle. I know it's fucking overpriced. I know it is, but it's a good bathroom read.
That's actually average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's too expensive,
okay, cool.
buy it if you're clicking on Wendy Townsend's banner.
That's cool. You take a cut.
Win-win. We all win.
But the book is really good, is because you can go take a shit and you can read like 1 or 2 chapters while you're taking a shit. It's very short and easy to read. It's not a novel. It's a bunch of different things.
That's like Mike O'Mara's book.
You can read my book while you're taking a shit.
Well, one of the quotes on the thing was like, "This book is awesome. The pages are extra soft, so you can wipe your ass with the pages."
I was like,
if you run out of toilet paper.
wait a tick.
Yeah.
So the book came out in 2007.
Yes.
About your book, I have a copy and I read it. It says it's originally from an advice column.
It's actually two things. It was back. That was like 2005 to 2007 was like the heyday of when I was blogging heavily, and I had about 10,000 subscribers to my blog on MySpace.
That's a lot.
Places. It was a lot. It was like
especially
a lot.
Back then for MySpace.
Yeah, well, they used to have the blog rankings every day, and my blog would come up in the top 10 like every day. Of like, there would be 200,000 blogs, and mine would be in the top 10 like every time I'd post something.
That's pretty hefty.
If I had gotten dick from MySpace for doing it, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Good old MySpace.
Yeah, then one person said to me one day, like out of the blue, like, why don't you just take all this stuff because it's all really good and you have all these readers, and so obviously people think it's good or they wouldn't be reading it,
right?
And put it in a book. And I was like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense because everybody needs to get the shit for free right here on MySpace. And somebody way back then said, MySpace isn't going to be here forever.
Which is hilarious because it's not.
Yeah, because it's gone. Justin Timberlake owns it now.
Justin Timberlake owns MySpace?
Yes.
Of course he does, because he played Mark Zuckerberg's weirdo person in that Facebook movie. I don't even know what I just said just then.
But anyway, the book came out. I'm sorry, I'm off mic. The book ended
we can still hear you.
because I'm super loud. The book ended up being about like the 50 or so of like my most popular blogs.
Right.
And I know when a lot of people say the word blog, people just cringe. Like, who wants to read your stupid fucking blog?
I feel the same way. I get it. I know there's a stigma attached to blogs,
Well,
but it's like everybody fucking Facebook rants. That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're blogging just in a format where I can't choose to see it or not. I have to scroll through it.
What amazed me was the progression from actually, I would write blogs that would be, I don't know how many words. It would be like 10 paragraphs sometimes, depending on what I was talking about.
Right.
And then that progressed down to Facebook, where you had a status update, where Facebook used to limit its status updates to 250 or something characters. And then it went down to Twitter, which was 140. And then,
Facebook's all willy-nilly now. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and now it's like Snapchat or whatever. It's like you got 8 seconds of people's attention span's gone.
Snapchat, by the way, has already been hacked. Over 90,000 Snapchats are about to be leaked.
Wow.
I know. That's the glory I get from learning the news well before America in the morning.
That's fantastic. I can't wait to see that video.
So happy I own a Droid that's so old that I don't even know what the fuck Snapchat is. So happy.
It's not available in the Droid 93 store.
I'm sure that if I owned it and knew what it was, I'd be a victim of said 90,000 Snapchats. So do you see any profit from Kindle and Amazon? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show. Oh, before I forget, the back end of my book was from the advice column I was writing for AskMen.com.
I'm sorry, the back end?
The back end of the last 50 pages are like letters. I used to get letters from like readers.
Hey now!
I used to get letters from readers
I'm
in
just
the back
gross.
end.
I'm sorry. If you don't mind,
it's
that
cool.
I'm just foul.
But it was like a best of my reader letters that I would answer. Like it was like dating, sex, relationship advice, and I would answer like tongue-in-cheek comedy kind of.
So
aspect.
people would write into you, and you would be like, "All right, dear."
Well, I would research this
Dear
shit.
Lost in Chicago.
Yeah, like I would add like humor to spice up my reply and make it funny. But I would like research certain things, like like I had to look up a cervical orgasm one time.
Oof.
Yeah, and just like things like just random topics. As
Well, I mean, since you've looked it up, educate me.
It's apparently when the tip of a guy's dick is long enough to hit the base of your cervix, if he bangs into it just the right way, you can have a cervical orgasm.
So he has to have a long penis, and then you get it all up in there?
Well, there's also such a thing as a girl that has a deep set cervix and a girl whose cervix hangs too low, and you can hurt them. So it's not a universal thing. Check with your model, read the instruction manual.
Baby, you getting this?
Yeah.
You better be listening and taking notes.
But yeah, it's like a little thing.
Strangely, the two men in the room know that.
Oddly enough, it's like if you think of like an elephant's trunk, like how it comes down, it has a little rim around like the nose hole. Mm-hmm. When your dick punches that little hole in the nose thing, the visual for you people on the camera is just.
Yeah. Oh no, they get it.
That's the cervix, and if the tip of your dick fits nicely kind of into that little indentation,
or through it.
There's definitely some areas. There's some situations.
Paralysis may ensue. Be careful. Check.
Yeah.
With your
No,
mom.
there's definitely some situations where I'm like, oh, well, that's definitely an interesting spot to be landing on. Mm-hmm. So I could probably have
Now you know.
Earmuffs, Dad. Earmuffs.
Yeah. Dad.
Too late.
I know. It's always too late. I actually haven't talked to him in like 2 weeks. I don't know if he's alive.
Well, maybe you should check in.
Dude, Pops and I talk all the time. The last time he called me, he left me a message about a speed pass ticket that I got, which is the fourth one now in a month and a half. Thank you, Montgomery County. Go fuck yourself. And I legitimately haven't heard from him in like 2 weeks. I don't know if he's alive.
I have a great idea.
Please don't pass the bosses.
I have a great idea. a segment for your show, just a brief segment for every show each week.
Let's call my dad.
Check in with Dad.
Trust me, I already have it down on my ideas for when I get my actual radio show.
We're going to check in with Dad.
I legit have that down as for my radio show. Let's call Wendy's dad.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you're going to get a busy signal because he lives in 1992. But if you do end up reaching my father, he could possibly be alive and have a conversation with you. And we could talk about
And you could offer
how the Ravens are a bunch of bums or, you know, whatever else he's into.
You could offer like a listener a prize that day. Pick a listener that calls in, like caller number 87.
Yeah.
If my dad picks up today, you win a pair of tickets to go see what.
Yeah, if my dad picks up today, you can hear about how he puts ice cubes in his Coors Light because he believes he's hydrating himself in the process.
Coors Light's hydrating on its own.
That's right.
You can't tell my old man that. Woulda gotta hydrate when I drink it. So if you're alive, Dad, my number hasn't changed.
Give the show a call.
My number has not changed.
1-800-CALL-WENDY.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
1-800-GO fuck yourself, Montgomery County. Working on another book since we just talked about your current and we talked about it being on Amazon and Kindle, and you can follow your link here through Amazon.com on WendyTownsend.com. Tell us about your new book. What's going on?
Oh, this is a book I've been writing since the second one came out. It's a book designed for my kid. And if you know or can do math, in 2007, my kid was about 8 or 9. You think I know the exact age, but I don't
He's
really care to do
15 now.
math.
8 or 9, he's 8 plus 7. 15?
Yeah.
If he was 8 in 2007, it's 2014.
Wait a minute. Hold on. No, he's 16 now.
What was his birth date before
98.
October 14th?
98.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's 16 because he's getting his driver's license.
All
And
right,
it's giving
cool.
me a coronary every day. We were driving the other day, and I went to switch seats so I could put him in the driver's seat. And we're on the shoulder,
Yeah.
and we're switching seats. This is in a neighborhood, not on the fucking highway. And so,
You have a neighborhood that has a shoulder?
well, there's a shoulder, like a thing like to turn into a neighborhood off the main road.
Oh, okay.
So we turn that
I'm like,
little
where do you
shoulder-
live? You have a shoulder in your
Turn lane.
neighborhood.
It's a right turn lane more than a shoulder, I guess is what it was.
Meanwhile, it's like a bike lane, and you hit like
Yeah, we killed
fucking-
9 people.
Yeah.
Well, he almost killed me because like we switched seats, and I said, okay, what do you have to do now before you drive anywhere? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, look over your left shoulder and see if any traffic's coming and put your turn signal on.
Wrong.
And so he does this. He goes,
Yeah. Your left shoulder.
I was like,
Your other left.
do you want to get back in the passenger seat? We'll work on left and right for a little bit before we drive.
Yeah, I mean,
this
did he
car.
buckle up? Did he
Check
adjust his
your
mirrors?
mirrors.
Yeah. Buckle up, adjust the mirrors, check all that shit.
See,
Can
I
you
like
reach the
checking the
pedals?
mirrors, but like, see, like for me personally, there's no substitute for looking over your own shoulder.
I
like,
always look over my shoulder.
and like
Always.
eyeballing it for real.
And that's the first trucker rule. You always trust the mirrors. You never look over.
Oh,
your
see, I don't truck, so
Yeah,
I don't.
truck either.
mirrors are
By the
better.
looks of it, Michael, you don't truck. You house. That thing is ginormous.
He's got a truck
That
the size
fucking
of a
truck
house.
you drive
It's in
is
the
the
driveway, isn't it?
That thing, yeah. Well, the driveway is
It's
now
like a Winnebago with
parkway.
tools.
Yeah. You actually parked it on 95 and he calls it a driveway. What the fuck am I talking
Actually, it
about?
looks kind of like it's something out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, dude. There's
Yeah.
like big giant
The
hooks
eyes
on
have
the back.
hills, right?
You need to hook some corpses up on the back of that
The
for
eyes have
Halloween.
hills. I'm dyslexic.
Have them hanging from the driveway and the chains.
back window.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is the book about? It's to your
It's
kid.
just my mom calls it my death book.
Is this like a Michael Keaton movie where you're constantly making videos of you shaving and brushing your
Well,
teeth and then you die?
I'm doing that, but I'm writing it. Like I'm trying to explain to him like all the things like I've taken
I'm
in
so
my
sad
lifetime.
now.
Well, no, like it's a positive thing. In the arms of an angel. We are the world.
Yeah, we
Hold on, you gotta hold
are
the earpiece.
children.
We are the. No, but I
I
just
did
wanted.
hold my earpiece for you. Just
Like I wanted to take like all the experiences, like not every single one because I don't remember a lot. Because where's my drink?
Yeah.
But no, like I just wanted to
you
take.
said
like,
the drug talk was off limits.
no, I didn't say that was. That's
I'm
fine.
kidding. That was a joke.
But no, we have. But no, I wanted to take like all the things I've done, like all the places I've been, like like great, like little. Like the little place I just ate dinner at tonight. Probably not gonna make the book, but you know what I mean. Like I've been to-
Sunshine. What is that? Sunshine Grill.
yeah, Sunshine Grill, fantastic food, Mediterranean, really good. I had octopus, grilled octopus. It was awesome.
Is that a joke?
No, I'm dead serious. It was.
Why
really,
would you purposely eat that?
It's delicious. It tastes a slight bit like calamari, but on the grill, it's fantastic.
Oof.
Sorry to get us.
Oh, I had Mediterranean, I had octopus.
But
What planet are you on, dude?
you don't find octopus around in restaurants in Baltimore.
Yeah,
very
Doug, because
often.
nobody likes it. It's fucking weird.
And I don't even know where I am. Am I in Maryland, Fort
we
Maryland?
are in Kingsville,
Welcome to Kingsville, my man.
which, by the way, they don't have octopus around here, so that's probably what you were not eating by any means.
Okay, it might have been.
I can't believe you ate that.
Not near
it was
water
really,
here.
really good. I promise.
I can't believe it.
I was shocked to be here in Kingsville and see octopus on the menu, much less Mediterranean.
I'm
octopus.
shocked that not only was it on someone's menu, but you chose to order it.
It probably came out of somebody's crab trap, and it's probably like Chesapeake Bay spider squid.
It's probably a
octopus.
dead fetus, and we're not.
Dead fetus.
You probably just ate a dead fetus.
I probably got knotted up
and
umbilical.
You're actually going to be healthier than when you came out because, stem cell.
Stem cells. It's indeed. Speaking of healthy, when do we stop getting zits? Does anybody know?
Never.
I have this giant thing on my neck. It looks
Never.
like a tumor, and at my age, I would expect to have an actual tumor, not a zit.
It's funny because, like, if I'm not breaking out on my face from stress or, like, oil, I'll break out on, like, my back.
Yeah.
Like, just the top part.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the F?
Like,
really?
When am I getting old enough that this gets to stop, for God's
Oh,
sakes?
God, I
Jesus.
know.
Okay, off topic. Where were we back? Oh, the book. The
Mom
book. So,
we're talking about acne.
but so, but
bad
basically,
skin.
like just to, and this isn't like, oh, I've done this, but like, I've been, like, it's just an example. Like, I've been to Morocco, and like, there's a bazaar in Morocco where you can get all kinds of really cool exotic foods, and you can do all kinds of crazy, like, bizarre, like, market shopping for just interesting things.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to like
They
pass
have a
on
dead
like,
fetus market there.
yeah, they do grilled dead fetus, fantastic, little pepper.
Yum yums.
But they but no,
Oh, they're
like
twins.
just like stuff like that. Like, hey, if you're trying to like, like, it's sharing my experiences like on paper, which if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, he knows what he knows about me, like growing up.
Well,
with me, but
Sandy's got a fucking pedal to the metal. You might get hit by a bus tomorrow.
but I just like, if that happens, like, what does he really have of me if I'm gone? Do you
Your
know what
legacy, your apartment, your things, your car,
I mean? I own a bunch of crap. The car's probably the most
your
important one.
big screen TV, your king size bed, your car,
My Xbox.
whatever money's in your bank. Yeah, your Xbox. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. Your book, all of it. Your last name.
But
It's
yeah,
a
like,
lot.
that's the what I forgot to say about, we were talking about the first book. And the greatest thing about a book, I thought this was the coolest thing when it was published, was you get an ISBN number on your book. And that ISBN number goes in the Library of Congress. And my stupid ass little toilet reader book is now registered with the Library of Congress, and it always will be until the end of time.
Till the end of time.
So you can
That's
go to
the government's involved.
Yeah.
Jesus.
you can go to the Library of Congress and like look up my book or whatever. I don't know if you can get I don't know if you check a copy out. I don't think they bought one, or I didn't send them one.
I
but
don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even know that thing existed
I
until you
can't-
mentioned it. The
I can't
Library of
imagine
Congress.
yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
I've
it's-
had a lot of vodka.
Now
you,
you
can
know
blame
what that.
Michael.
Now you know what that building's doing down there.
Yeah,
It's holding bucks.
It's down in D.C. I don't know. I mean, I know they don't have a copy of every book ever made, but like, it's
They have
registered.
to.
No, sure they do.
It's registered.
So,
Maybe they keep it in that big mountain storage facility where
my
they keep all the
God.
government secrets and
are you in someone's card catalog
I think I am, and that's
where they pull it out and there's a rod and then you just sift
I
through
feel like
the
I-
Dewey
old
Decimal.
OMG.
that's why I was so proud of it, because I feel like I'm in like the United States history, government.
I mean,
Library
fucking
of
right. You
Congress.
should be happy about that.
I mean, granted, the same guy that wrote like your dog is dead, that 8-year-old children's
Everybody
book has the same
poops,
thing.
right? Yeah.
But still, like, I feel like
I mean, that's a pretty solid accomplishment.
I feel like it's a good one.
I've got nothing.
Yeah,
I got nothing. I'm worried if my dad's alive. We're not even sure.
yeah.
I got nothing. I got nothing in Congress. No library books. No
You're an
card
intern.
catalog. Yeah, I work for free. I actually got a 6-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon today as compensation. And by compensation, I mean
not
they legit
bad.
were like, "Wendy, do you want to take these home with you? Because
We're
all
afraid to
beer.
drink
We're
them."
all beer snobs." And I was like, "Oh my god, what? Yeah, I'll take it." And that's exactly what my morning was like.
Free beer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I saw your picture with the Pabst.
Yeah, that's legit what happened. They were like,
Excellent.
"Wendy, take this home," and I was like, "What? Okay."
I
good."
thought you were going to bring it here for your show and be like, "Hey, Brad, would you like a nice warm Pabst?"
I actually put it in the refrigerator next to my Natty Bows.
Oh, there you go.
Because I am a classy lady.
Are you tasting food yet? That's my worry.
What? Why wouldn't I taste food?
The morning show food taster.
Oh, I can't. I don't eat meat. Do you know how many times we've had snacks in there? We've had Jewish cuisine. We've had Chick-fil-A. We've had Dog Watch. We have tons of people bringing food all the time, but everything is saturated in animal fat and meat.
What's a dog watch?
Dog Watch is the bar that won Best Bar in Baltimore, and we did a
Oh.
live feed from their place last Friday.
But they had beer.
Okay, well, I wasn't on site. I was
Damn
the
it.
one like in the studio, like let me clip your audio, like that. I was like, oh, it's freezing in here, guys. Oh, you need this audio, Josh. Like, that's what I did. I did a lot of nothing. But no, seriously, we have food in there all the time,
Yeah.
and I just can't touch it.
I brought them like a dozen donuts one morning. I came down there.
Donuts I don't touch because I would eat like
'Cause they're fucking donuts.
14 of them. Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, everything, like Chick-fil-A smelled so good. And they had bags and bags of it. I'm like, do they even have, like, I even said, Mike, do they have hash browns in there? I'll eat the hash browns. And he was like sifting through and it was like sausage and egg biscuits, chicken biscuits, and just all meat. And I was
And
like,
dripped sausage biscuit gravy on that.
it's like, come on, Chick-fil-A! God, I'll just eat these animal crackers.
that are not real animals.
I know. I just keep decapitating these fake
Why
animals.
doesn't Dunkin' Donuts just change its name to fucking donuts? Because like every time you go there, like that's what you say when I leave. Like you didn't need a donut. I'm fat. I don't need donuts. But like I always go there. I'll get one. And I'll be like, fucking donuts.
Yeah. See, I don't. I go in there and I'm like, oh, I'll have a medium caramel iced coffee with Splenda.
$1.50. That's for Sonny Fuller.
It's a good old Sonny Fuller.
My daughter informed me if you have the Dunkin' Donuts app,
Which you have to pay for, even though they say that you don't.
you get a free coffee on Monday.
Yeah.
If the Ravens win.
And they need your credit card information for your free app.
Do they actually
No,
charge
negative.
you?
I legitimately signed up for the app, and it needed a credit card information to sign up for rewards.
Yeah, back. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
I did it when we had Dunkin' Donuts in the studio, Michael.
Did you get charged?
I opted out. I wasn't going to put in my bank card
Atta
number.
girl.
Anywho,
Don't trust them.
I don't trust anybody that wants my bank card number. I had a fucking
that's right.
fake ass message the other day where it was like, oh, we've suspended your debit card. And I call it, and it doesn't say anything about being Bank of America. It doesn't say anything about my name or getting it, and it wants me to enter my 16.
Email?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Wants
Thanks
me
for
to.
calling Bank of America.
It
Phishing.
wants. No, right. It was totally not legit by any means. And I was petrified because I'm like, oh my God.
Report those.
Here's
every
here's
time.
how you figure out those emails, right? Do you check your email on your phone all the time?
Yes.
Okay. See, it doesn't work as well on your phone, but if you're on your laptop, hover your mouse over the link from wherever it's supposed to be from and look down the bottom right. It'll show you where the link actually came from.
Yeah.
And it's usually some bullshit like .ru Russian crap.
Yep.
Look, here's the thing.
Yep.
I was at work. It was a message. I'm like, oh my God, my debit card's suspended, blah, blah, blah. And I call it. Nothing says to speak to a representative. Nothing says it's the bank that I'm with. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So then I kind of like wait a little bit. Right. I wait no, it's automated. And I wait a little bit and it asks for my 16-digit debit card number. And I'm like, well, this is clearly a fucking scam. I'm not giving you shit. And it was like in Texas or some dumb stuff. Oof.
Technical support with Wendy and Friends.
But I was nervous because I'm like, oh my God, somebody's spending. The crappy part is, this is why I was nervous. I went to a comedy show in Essex Thursday, and it was like a hole in the wall type place. And I legit was like, oh my God, I bet you I'm being like raped with my money right now. And that's how I felt because it was like one of those like old, let me punch in the number machines with the little right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm lost in the abyss. I'm
Sound
lost in
effects
the
with
credit.
Wendy.
Yeah. I'm lost in the credit card abyss. Well, the only reason I know that sound is because I do service bar at Outback Steakhouse in Perry Hall, and that's all I hear in my life. And there's a fucking printer's going off, and servers are standing around waiting. Sorry. Rant.
Sure.
Rant over. I have a couple more questions, and then we're going to let you go do your man life.
Oh, no. Second book, by the way, tentatively called Life, a Choose Your Own Adventure game.
Life, choose your own adventure game.
Remember the Choose Your Own Adventure game with the highlighter? You could
Yeah.
choose your own adventure, get to the end of the book. Well, that book, basically, one of the things I stress to my kid is like life's about choices. You make good ones, you make bad ones every day.
Yeah.
The more you make good choices, the better your life will be. The more you make bad ones, the worse. I think life is simple that way. I think it can be boiled down to no God, no other bullshit. Just life is about every choice you make every time you wake up.
Do you tell him that some choices, you think are good, and then they end up being bad, but it's cool because better choices are on the way? Type stuff?
Yeah. Like, no, you can't have a complete life without making bad choices. If nobody's
I
fucking
concur.
perfect.
I agree with you.
Totally.
So T-Brad, since we've divulged into your book writing and your blogging and your MySpacing and your comedy and your tour and your room running and your fathering and all the things that you do, all the many caps that you wear,
Oh, no.
do you have a lady in your life?
I do have a lady in my life.
How long has this lady been in your life?
We just had our 1-year anniversary, if you count such things. I mean, what we joked about because
Girls count those things.
Well, we broke up like 3 times, so we weren't sure when to call it. So, but
Oh, yeah? Well, it was like
sort
an
of.
on again, off again thingy?
Well, sort of. Mostly on, but like we've had like spats that have,
Spats that have led into breakups?
no, just led into like, move out of my house or, whatever.
That's interesting.
Like tentative, like short breakups and whatnot.
So 1 year.
Yeah, it was about like a week ago.
Congratulations on your 1 year.
Thank you.
What is your lady's name?
Her name is Lexus with 3 X's.
Oh my God, I say that. I say that.
Or you can. Well, that's her stripper name, and she also.
I say that about my dad. When my dad talks about a stripper, I'm like, whoa, is her name Alexis with 3 X's? I say that.
She also goes by Ashley Jade. That's her hooker name. And then her.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not joking. No.
So wait, you date a hooker and a stripper?
No. That's just. Well, I mean, I don't know about her previous life. Currently, I don't think she's doing either one.
I guess we're all supposed to have those names.
Wait. Hold the fucking phone here. You date a stripper?
No. I mean, not currently. She's not dancing.
So she was a stripper.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a truth or past back there or not.
How do you date somebody for a year and you don't know?
I don't know.
Has she put the moves on? Has she played fucking Everlasting Life?
I don't have a pole in
the
my
Black
house.
Keys,
Maybe
and
I
then
should
she's
get one.
get the fuck out of town.
She does this thing every once in a while before she gets to bed at night where she pour some sugar on me and
all right. Well, I don't know if you know what that is, but we call that a dead ringer.
There's sugar water involved and cotton candy, perfume, and.
Okay, so how did you meet her?
At the show.
At Drink to Her Funny at High Tops? Okay. That's what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to bring this up. You've been running that room for 7 years. And how many chicks have you taken home and or picked up from that joint?
I don't know. I told you I didn't have a good answer for this.
In between 8 and 800.
My real answer is it's an answer you think I should probably. There you go. That's fucking perfect.
Nailed it.
I don't. I told you it's gonna make me sound like a dad. Let's go with somewhere like 50-ish.
All right, so
but does that include that's not just Sunday nights, right? That's my whole entire experience at High Tops.
Right. Well, I mean, you did used to DJ there on Saturdays, right?
Yeah, that's true. And Fridays for a while.
So how many? Total. How many chicks a week were you just taking home from fucking High Tops?
I don't not like generally multiple. I think to spend a weekend with one person.
Fucking one girl shows up and she's like, "Play Daisy Dukes," and you're like, "I have that on my iPod, baby." And then all of a sudden,
it pumps through the headphones.
You have like a fucking
headboard.
weekend fling.
Yeah.
Which is like, "Come on, baby," and you're like, "Yes, look at those girls with the Daisy Dukes on. I just happen to have this. I know what I'm talking about. Here's my number, by the way. Here's a cocktail. You wait."
Are you watching my webcam?
And believe it or not, alcohol did not play a role.
Yeah, that's the most sarcastic soundbite we've ever had.
Alcohol plays a huge role.
Alcohol plays every role.
Every time.
Wow. Okay, well, let me scratch this off my list. Hookups.
The better answer would have come if you asked me like over the course of my lifetime. Then that number's.
I mean, definitely a ballpark. I'm sure.
That number's.
I've read your book.
Wilt Chamberlain-ish.
Yeah, I've read your book.
And the thing is I'm nothing to fucking
Gene
look
Simmons.
at. I think I'm just personable. I don't know what it is.
The forces of
I'm not.
gravity
I'm like I
planets
consider myself
drop to the
slightly
floor.
above average looking. I'm a fat guy. Whatever. I guess I'm just personable. I don't know what it is.
That is so funny.
I don't know what it's just.
What's
fun.
your secret?
I like ladies.
Yeah. I mean, ladies are fun. We're fun. We're a fun group of gals. I'm kind of
Some of them.
I don't know what I want to say. I'm not like a prude, but I'm kind of like a.
Some of y'all are
snoot.
batshit crazy, and I seem to attract a lot of them.
I feel like I'm a little more of a snoot when it comes to like male bachelors.
A what?
A snoot? Like, I don't know. Is that a word? I don't know how to explain myself.
Yeah, that I know.
I'm a little picky.
Oh, you mean snooty, snotty?
Yeah, I'm a little picky when it comes to the male gender. I will say.
Probably keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah. I don't
Is he on camera?
Michael, what the F? It doesn't keep me out of trouble. The thing is that I've been tagged before as a serial monogamous. I tend to just want to be in relationships. I don't want like fuck buddies and to sleep around. That's my thing.
As long as he's hung.
I mean, that's a bonus.
See, I don't think monogamous relationships are a thing. I mean, I think people want them to be a thing, but I think monogamy is like a blown out concept. It's just.
You don't think anyone is in a monogamous relationship?
No. I mean, I think people are. I just think people aren't meant to be.
Why do you think that?
Because the divorce rate and the number of people that cheat on each other and dating websites like AshleyMadison.com.
That says to me that people just lack willpower.
But see, that's the thing. If you have to exercise willpower to stay in a relationship, then you probably shouldn't still be in it.
Everything takes work, baby doll.
And that's another thing.
I have to exercise willpower to show up and serve blooming onions every day. But I fucking do it because I got to pay car insurance.
Yes, that's because you have bills that require you to pay them.
Yeah.
Your significant other doesn't require payment. You don't have to show up for that job every day if you decide you don't want to. I'm not bashing people
that
in relationships.
That motherfucker needs to buy my beer.
I'm not bashing people in relationships by any stretch. Like my grandmother, it's like my ultimate like contradiction to what I just said. Yeah. They were married 58 something years. They would have been married 75 years if he had lived long enough.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I agree.
It exists.
I understand where you're coming from. I do. Like, wholeheartedly, I do. I mean, I'm also a product of divorce. Like, I get it. I think that genuinely, deep down inside, there is a large group of us that want the monogamy to be factual.
Oh, I think there's a ton of people that want
Right.
monogamy
Like,
to be
I
awesome.
legitimately am, like, comfortable. Like, I would love... Like, I love the person that I'm with right now. Like, if we just stay together forever, yeah, it's going to be work. It's going to be crazy. You know, I don't know whatever obstacles. I do have the fantasy of it being monogamous and lifelong.
Oh, and again, like I think you're just like ragging on yourself a little bit. It's like I don't think it's a fantasy. I think people can do it, and I think people do it very happily. I don't think it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get complacent when they get in comfortable relationships where they get afraid to leave, and it's just there's a level where they're like, you know what, I'm not totally happy, but I'm not totally unhappy, and I don't want to be alone, so I'm gonna stay here.
Right.
I
No,
think
that's understandable.
And that's fine. Whatever works for people. But like I just believe, in my opinion, and that's all that matters to me, really. People can argue with them. People can have their opinion. Awesome for me. I believe variety is the spice of life.
Yeah.
And whether that variety, lasts a night or a week or 6 months or a couple years or whatever it is, I think a lot of people don't recognize when. Like the spice is not there anymore. Like that honeymoon stage like disappears, and then it becomes like I said, complacent. And
yeah, I think that some people don't realize it's a choice, and they do get stuck in that like whimsical honeymoon stage, and then it's magical, and it's a fairy tale, you're gonna be together forever. But you chose to be with that person. You chose them at their worst. You chose their faults. So it's kind of and a lot of people tend to bail out when stuff gets harder, when they become less attracted to someone for a little bit of time, until you go over these, there's periods of life that you have to get through. Sometimes you're not feeling it or you don't feel good about yourself. And then, that other person has to bear with you when you feel crappy or unsexy, or when you feel down on yourself and you're unaccomplished. I mean, there's so many things. The human nature alone is just so complex.
Oh yeah.
So I feel once you realize, once you sit down with yourself and you realize, look, I chose this person for all of the spectrum, for every angle of the spectrum. Then
wedding vows.
Then you look at it as the most adult you could ever possibly look at it.
Right.
Ups, downs, lefts, right. You know what I mean? That person's not going to be beautiful all the time. That person's not going to be good looking all the time. That person's not going to be smart all the time. That person's not going to be attractive all the time. That person's not going to be, the one that's not snoring all the time, or whatever it is that you're picking a bone with, whatever it is that you're picking at.
Right.
You have to be look, well, I like all these other things, so I have to accept this one crappy thing. And I think that a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah. Well, it's and again, I will always point the finger at myself. I have a really bad laziness quality to me. And that's relatable to this conversation because I think people also get lazy in relationships. You stop making efforts, you stop laziness can end a relationship. You know what I mean? And routine is the biggest killer. There's two things I wanted to say. I think it was in a movie. I can't tell you what movie, but it was the guy said, it's not marriage anymore. It's not until death do us part anymore. It's until something better comes along. It's I vow to be with you until something better comes along or whatever. Till death do us part, or until something better comes along.
Which is I'm going to be honest with you. I hate that way of thinking.
Yeah.
I hate if anybody's in a relationship and they're already there's a tiny little inclination that they think something better is out there or something better is coming along. Break up now.
Yeah.
Leave now.
Is that like a husband and wife buying two of everything?
What do you mean?
Having two kids just so they can spread everything up evenly?
I mean, I feel if you ever think for a tiny little iota that there's something better, then you shouldn't be with the person that you're with, because you should love that person genuinely.
Absolutely.
And think this is the best this is what I want. This is the best that's out there. This person suits me in all these other aspects.
And I think another funny thing is when you're in a honeymoon stage of relationship, when you're in the beginning and everything's all woo, and if you're a guy or whatever, I'm just speaking as a guy, you can say your own, but if you're out a grocery store somewhere, some girl gives a little nod or a little smile or something like that, and you're in that honeymoon stage, a guy doesn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
Guys in that relationship for a year and a half, 2 years or whatever, that girl smiles on the grocery store, he's kind of ooh, there's something better. Just that honeymoon thing's out of his mind, and the girl that used to buy flowers.
Yeah, but that stuff is flattering, and for a split second you're oh, hey, that was kind of fun, but you would never think, oh man, I wonder if she's married. If she's not, I'm gonna leave my girlfriend for her right now. I'm gonna drop these Cocoa Puffs. Somebody out the fucking door. It never goes that far.
But it's that male
everyone
mindset.
likes to be flattered.
So you just answered that question like a woman. A guy is sitting there like in the produce section going, I wonder what she looks like naked.
Which is fine because we do the same thing.
She'd think the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like, I wonder what she looks like naked. I'm the same way.
But I wrote a piece one time in my first book, and it's on Amazon if you want to click through the link on their page and get a little revenue generated for the show.
Amazon.com.
Thank you very much.
I wrote a piece one
$35
time. I
off
thought I
your
had the
first
ultimate
order.
solution for marriages, and that's like from day one, have separate bedrooms. And like just have like, you get to sleep in separate beds, separate bathrooms. You have to share each other's bathroom mess.
Yeah.
And if you want to, you can always spend the night in one bed or the other if you want to cuddle and do all that stuff. But you go to the cuddle. And like if in the middle of the night you're like, oh, I need to fucking roll over. If your girlfriend sleeps diagonal or whatever,
Yeah.
you just go back to your own bed. Like it's like two boxers going back to the corner.
See, I prefer sleeping with my significant other.
Well, no, a lot of people do, but I'm just saying like after a period of time, like some of that even gets
Right.
But the thing I thought was awesome is like you could have like theme nights in each other's room like once like a week. You could have like a luau
Right.
sex party in your room. You could have like a space party in your room.
Well, I mean, I think you have a good idea. I just think that people, you're being very specific about a broad problem. Like
Right. Oh, yeah.
I do think that people tend to not have their own space.
Yeah.
And I do think that is an issue.
Yeah. Separate
Like-
TVs.
Right. Like
game,
if I ever lived with someone,
whatever women watch.
I would want maybe like a guest room that
Yeah.
was like all my clothes are in that room, or that's where I got ready, instead of an hour room. Something
like
where
a
it's like-
vanity and-
something that's your own space is very, very important.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you. So if it's separate bedrooms, so be it. But I definitely agree with having
Yeah.
separate living space in the same living
Yeah.
space. If that
That's
makes
kind of what I
sense.
was getting at. I didn't mean like
yeah.
sleep apart every night, but it's
Right,
just,
but
yeah.
I totally am. I get it. You
There's
can't
a lot
be
of
with
women out
somebody
there that-
24 hours a day. That would drive me nuts.
Well, actually, there's a lot of women and men. I don't want to specify a gender, but like, there's a lot of people out there. It's just like, you get in bed, you have sex, and it's like, don't fucking touch me. I want to roll over and go to sleep. You like to cuddle. Yeah. You like to cuddle. Some people just like to be like, oh, okay, I'm rolling over. Good night, honey. Bye.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, it depends on the night. I could be either or. I could be like so hot and sweaty, or I could be like so drunk where it's like love and I roll over.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I just want to be snuggly. But whatever the case may be, it's like it's not the same every night.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a female. I'm an enigma.
Enigma.
I don't know what fucking mood I'm going to be in one day after the next.
I'm a man. I'm an enema.
I know. I just feel, I don't know. I'm really glad we started talking about relationships for some reason. I'm very passionate about it.
Well, the last 50 pages of my book, once again, available through their website. There's all kinds of great advice, like separate bedrooms in the back of my book. Feel free to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Even it doesn't have to be separate bedrooms. I get you. But I do think important is having separate.
Personal motherfucking space.
I totally agree. I think that's a problem with a lot of couples. Like they don't have different friends or different lives or different interests or different living space, or they don't share a different opinion about what the fuck to have for dinner on a Thursday. Like stuff like that. It's like, seriously, I can't have like a male gendered me walking around. That's insane.
Don't make your significant other your hobby.
I wholeheartedly agree with you 110%.
Have your own goddamn hobbies. Don't make me your goddamn hobby.
Yeah. Yeah. I date someone that's almost just as busy as I am, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Because
you're not up each other's ass all
when
the
we
time.
get time together, it's like I
Boom.
appreciate him 20,000 times more than if I saw
Because
him
he's going to be
every single
gone
day.
in a few hours. Or you're going to be gone in a few hours.
Like a day and a half, but yeah. But I mean, like, we go days at a time, or
Yeah.
I just enjoy knowing that I can appreciate those times instead of being like, oh, well, I can see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird. We just got into a weird place.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to drag the show down.
No, don't. You didn't.
Play a
you
soundbite. Something funny.
You didn't drag me down. I'm comfortable with my thoughts on relationships.
Go back to that Jeopardy.
Real quick. Real quick, plug your stuff, baby doll. Plug it.
Let's see. There's 30 Comics One Cup we talked about. That's Sunday, October 26th.
Right.
The show at High Tops, if everybody that's listening doesn't know by now, it's always free. Cheap drinks, $2 beers and such. Good for broke comedians to come do comedy and watch and have fun. And then my next gig.
Avalon Theater.
Yeah, the Avalon Theater in Easton. It's the Stoltz listening room attached to the Avalon. It's a smaller theater next door. People like Mike Finazzo have done it. I can't remember who else. The tour stopped by there. Drew and I have gone back a second time. And this coming Friday, November 7th, it's Tyler Dark's going to MC for us. Stefano Stratakis is on the show. Todd Fleming's on the show. And I knew I was going to do this to myself. There's one other comic on the show. I'm drawing a fucking blank. And I hate
Friday,
this.
where?
At the Avalon. It's in Easton, Maryland, yeah.
Okay.
I hate this because I can't remember who else is on the damn show with me. It's driving me crazy.
It's okay.
I can't remember.
It's
I
all right.
apologize if you're listening. I swear to God, I'm not an idiot. I have Alzheimer's. And then me and Drew are closing.
Okay. And your Facebook, Twitter,
Website.
Everything about me is T. Brad Hudson. Facebook's T. Brad Hudson. Twitter's at T. Brad Hudson. I don't use Twitter much. My Instagram, I have 4 pictures up there. That's at T. Brad Hudson.
I don't even have an Instagram.
Yeah, I don't. I can never remember to take pictures anywhere I go. My girlfriend takes 500 pictures if she goes out for 10 minutes. I don't. I go out for like a week. I go on vacation for a week. I have like 2.
Yeah. That's how boys are, though.
Yeah, my MySpace, T. Brad Hudson, Friendster, still T. Brad Hudson. Yes.
You still have MySpace?
No, Justin Timberlake converted to the new MySpace, and now I don't even know.
I was like, oh my God, you still have one? I was gonna look it up right now if you did.
I think it's still there. It's everything.
Like you remember your login information.
Oh my gosh, I think I deleted mine in 07.
Well, MySpace deleted all your personal shit on your page and just gave you a generic, brand new MySpace layout.
Wow.
You still have your top 8 friends. I still get email from Justin about my top 8 friends.
Oh my God, stop.
I'm not kidding. I never canceled it.
If
I got 2 of them, but I don't know what the hell.
I had 600 blogs on MySpace.
If I still had a top 8 from 07, my ex-boyfriend would be my number 1.
Really?
And that's gross. Yeah.
You should MySpace yourself. See if you're.
No, I think I deleted it.
Oh, okay.
I did think I deleted it. I hope I did, or else I'm gonna kill myself. Because if you clicked on my page, it was a picture of me and my dog when he was a puppy, and then it had Aretha Franklin's "Baby I Love You." When you clicked on it, it was like, "If you want my love," and it was just being the dog, and it was like little hearts would pop up over the page, like a little fucking pixie, like a little. It was like glitter just hit you in the face when you opened it.
Oh, I remember that shit. Yeah, like the little glitter graphics. Yeah, customized my MySpace.
It was gross.
Aretha Franklin now has a picture of her with eating a corn dog. I think is what's happening.
She actually has lost a lot of weight. She's amazing.
Really? I haven't seen her recently.
God, everybody's a fucking Aretha hater.
I'm not a Aretha hater. No, God bless it. The Queen of Soul.
She's lost a lot of weight. She looks good.
I just wish she stopped wearing dead things on her head or whatever that contraption was she was wearing.
I can't explain a black woman's fashion to you.
Remind me when we're done. I'll show you a funny picture that I made. If it's still on my phone.
T-Brad, thank you for coming out.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad I could be a fill-in guest and hang out with you guys.
First of all, thanks for doing open mic and doing the Lord's work for local comedians. And play us out, Michael.
You've been listening to Wendy and Friends. You can find more information on Wendy and her comedy at wendytownsend.com. Wendy is also on Twitter at Wendy Stars. That's Wendy with an I.
In the morning, I'm standing outside your door. It's raining, she's snoring. I'm coming on in. Well, hello, good morning. So good to see you again. Well, my motor is running, and let's go for a spin. So let me know. We'll take a drive down